Human Truth here with more Action Channel Month here on Otaku Evolution. Sometimes you want to examine the complexities of life, the questions eternal, or partake of a rich tapestry of layered emotions and meaningful imagery. And sometimes you just want to see irascible lunatics blow apart a giant city with tanks with the thin veneer of satire that's swept away in the debris. New Dominion Tank Police, like its predecessor, is very much the latter type of tale. It's pavement-chewing, scenery-splitting, rock-by-explosion mayhem, and one of the more fun titles Encore Action Channel had to offer. The original Tank Police was something I first watched on the Sci-Fi Channel, way back when you could actually respect it. I could probably do a whole theme month for that channel's lineup, too. It's weird how there was so much carried over from that channel to what I watched on the Action Channel. Like watching Armitage the Third Polymatrix on Sci-Fi, and watching Armitage the Third Dual Matrix on Action Channel. Action Channel's lineup always felt like a spiritual successor. New Dominion Tank Police is a 6-episode OVA that was released from 1993 to 1994, and once again follows the adventures of Newport City's horribly beweaponed crime blasters, the Tank Police, who are like the Patlabor crew if staffed solely by slightly different Isao Otas. We have Ota combined with Noah Izumi and Leona. We have Ota combined with Asuma with Al. We have the Shinchi Ota in Specs. And Ota crossed with himself with Brenton.
What do you think you're doing? A big, strong man like you should know better. Don't you realize that the city provides proper receptacles for your cigarette butts, sweetie wrappers, chewing gum, and other trash?
But you'll have to excuse me. I'm very busy right now. If you
are not getting away that easily. Don't think you can commit such a disgraceful act of vandalism in front of the vice president of the Newport Environmental Protection Society and just walk away like that. I want you to clean up your mess, young man. It's because of people like you that we, the law-abiding majority, have to live in the cesspit of muck that our city is fast becoming.
Division in this city, and I have a job to do.
Don't bother remembering the other guys on the team. They hardly matter. And by hardly, I mean not at all, whatsoever. Whereas the previous OVA leaned heavily on wacky hijinks and over-the-top reactions rather than plot, though the last 2 episodes got a bit more thoughtful, New Dominion Tank Police has a semi-serialized main plot that ties everything together. So it's not just that the Tank Police are fighting off random crime in the now somewhat less smoggy Newport City, it's that a lot of the crimes are tied to one main entity, the company called Dai Nippon Gaiken. This shady corporation is developing a high-tech mobile weapon and using their own backyard as a proving ground. Probably not the best idea. Don't they know not to shit where they eat? What are they, Denim? Do this out of town, you nitwits! While the first episode is about the squad's first encounter with the company's spider-mecha, the second is about the investigation into Leona's old partner's death when she was investigating, guess which company? The next episode sees our nominal heroes try to stop a giant, out-of-control unmanned truck full of unstable chemicals from colliding with the city. All a distraction so guess which company can pull off a shady deal. Again, seems like they're overthinking it.
Okay, baby.
That was great, Leona. Where's the captain? Huh?
There's the episode where Bonaparte is stolen so that it could be examined to incorporate into the development of a weapon by... Yep, you guessed it. Then they have the mayor attacked in her home by said weapon in the next episode to keep her from pushing through a weapons bill. Finally, our main villain basically frames his former employer to sell out to a rival company and tries to make an escape in the finale, only to be chased by Leona and Al and Bonaparte. It all sort of ties together in the end. But it didn't really have to. It does work, it doesn't feel like they forced it, but I sort of wish they threw in some episodes of just random crimes the Tank Police had to stop. Maybe if it had been a TV series instead. Sometimes this OVA feels like it needs to lighten up a little more. But then you also have stuff like this.
Ended at 11 o'clock! Fire! Ah! Yes! Right between the eyes! Oh? It's a fucking cyborg!
Right between the eyes? Specs? You might need new specs. While Otaku isn't around in this OVA, which is a shame because I enjoy his weird sense of honor, we do get the Puma sisters, Anna and Uni, who still rile up Leona and find themselves at least casually involved in the proceedings of the plot. They're basically, as before, completely unsuccessful, equal parts sassy and hostile, but not the blackest of hearts. Compared to the corporate nemesis Kozman and the Dai Nippon Gaiken board, they're practically law-abiding. Well, let's not go that far.
We just happened to be passing the bank when suddenly all these strange men leapt from the van and ran inside. They had guns, and we heard them go rat-tat-tat-tat, and then their bomb went boom! Oh! It was awful, just awful. Yeah, those poor, terrified people lying on the floor. The robbers gathered up all the money and jewels from the safe deposits. And then they got clean away.
Yeah, it's all got the plan.
We felt ever so sorry for the victims, so we thought we'd go and see what we could do to help. Yeah, our only thought was to try and help. Isn't that so?
How did you get this, then?
Dai Nippon Gaiken is into some heavier scheming than Otaku was, that's for sure, with their illegal weapons manufacturing and sales. They're a pack of sneaky bastards, too, even sending in agents to infiltrate the tank police, from the goofy-looking guy in episode 1 passing himself off as an expert to enlisting a pal of specs to get a good look at the tank's functions. I mean, they're willing to go all out and just attack the mayor straight on, so these guys are really desperate to sell their wares. I keep thinking that maybe they'd be better off relocating, though. It can't possibly be more expensive than the various robots they're building. At some point, you just have to cut your losses. Kozman seems at least partially aware of all this, which makes it all the more baffling he doesn't put more distance between himself and the help. He's like Ajo in Key the Metal Idol. He just can't help but micromanage when he already knows it's a mistake to put himself directly on the line. His stopping to taunt Leona in the finale costs him dearly. For goodness sake, can we get some competent villains for once? Or at least make their incompetence funny like in the first Tank Police. But at least these people shake Leona's world.
I thought I might find you here. Huh? Leona? Oh.
But let's face it, you're not watching Tank Police for some emotionally resonant character drama. You're watching it for all the delicious destruction of property.
now is that you're destroying the city and making us more hated than the criminals.
Now isn't that cathartic? Doesn't that clear the old sinuses? Don't you feel like taking a big deep breath and inhaling all that directly into your body to power yourself? I can stand here and talk about the satire elements, or the character dynamics, or the frankly pretty awesome opening and ending themes, but you wouldn't care, would you? This isn't Legend of the Galactic Heroes. We're not here to meditate on human nature. This is Tank Police, bitches! The howl of cannons firing and buildings collapsing into burning heaps is a feast for the spirit. As long as it isn't happening in real life. That's a bummer. Well, moving on, I'll be closing my Action Channel month next time with a look at the third and much maligned pal labor movie, Wasted 13. Personally, I wasn't getting wasted until at least my early 20s, but I'm a late bloomer and, until then, see ya!
Bye-bye, so long, farewell. Bye-bye, so long. See you in September. See you when the summer's through. Will I see you in September?
It's a fucking cyborg!